Alright, today we're going to make a different type of dish. We're going to start out by making like an embutido, and I'll tell you when you can stop in this recipe. We're making Gelatina de Fruta, which is embutido, which is a Philippine style meatloaf with fruit cocktail. Now, we're going to start out by making the embutido. So we've got a carrot, and I've got an onion, and a couple small bell peppers, some raisins there, it's about a half a cup of raisins, and some ham, about a half a cup there of grated cheddar cheese, a few Vienna sausages. We have sweet pickle relish, nor seasoning, liquid seasoning there. We're going to be adding a little bit of mustard to it, some oyster sauce, some ketchup, and a little bit of hot sauce, and just a touch of honey. And over here we have some eggs that we're hard boiling. They also go inside the embutido. And right now we're going to take our vegetables and put them in a food processor and chop them up very fine. Now if you don't have a food processor, that's quite alright. You just chop them up by hand. Okay, here's all of my peppers, onion, and carrot all finely chopped up in the bowl there. Now I should just say I used baby bell peppers on this, and I used one of each, but you actually only need about, if you're using a regular sized bell pepper, maybe a third of it, of each different color. I just used a red and an orange to give it a little bit of different flavor there. Okay, and I'm going to add, that's about a third of a cup of our sweet pickle relish. And we're going to add our raisins. Okay. I've got about a cup of chopped ham here. We're going to add that as well. There, okay. And we're going to add this about a half a cup of shredded cheddar cheese to the mix as well. Okay, Filipino meatloaf is kind of a mixture of a little bit of everything. Okay. Now what I'm going to use here, this is a combination, it's a blend of minced pork and minced beef. Close it door. It's a mixture of minced pork and beef, and we're going to use that. You can use regular pork or you can use regular beef, however you want to do it. Okay. I like this mixture because there's a little bit more flavor to it. This is about a kilo of our mixture. Again, right now we're making a mix for embutido. Actually, it looks like I'm going to have to get a bigger bowl. Hold on just a second. Okay, I put it in a bigger bowl so we get our mixture in there. Now, what we're going to add here, I got some Knorr's liquid seasoning. I'm just going to add some, just judge it yourself, it's just for flavoring. Okay. We have some American style prepared mustard. This happens to be French's, but you can use any kind of mustard like that. Just going to give it a generous squeeze there. Flavor. Oyster sauce. Again, I'm just guessing at the measurements here. It's about 3 or 4 tablespoons of oyster sauce in it. And we're going to get about 3 or 4 tablespoons of ketchup in there as well. And a couple of shots of Tabasco sauce. Now, what we're going to do with this is we're also going to add a little bit of honey to it. And my honey's running really slow. I'm going to add about 2 tablespoons of honey to the mixture here. Okay. Now we're just going to mix this up. In the background, okay, what we're going to add here is some magic syrup, which is flavoring granules, all-in-one seasoning granules. We'll add that to the mix. Okay, and we'll add a little bit of pepper to it. Get that mixed in there. Now I'm going to add a little bit of cornstarch to the mix just to help bind it together. Alright, now that's your basic embutido mix there. And what you do is you put a piece of aluminum foil out. You spread this out thinly on it. You would then cut up your hard-boiled eggs that we made a while ago into wedges, as well as your Vienna sausages into wedges. You layer those into your embutido and you roll it up. You seal both sides of the foil, put it in a steamer for about an hour. Now, since we're making something different here, we're going to use this mix that we have, and we're going to make like a pie. Now, this is for the Gelatina. We have fruit cocktail in the dishes here, and we're going to spread our embutido mixture over top of it, and then we'll cook it. It just so happens that I have some of the embutido mix left, so I'll go ahead and make an embutido here, just so you'll see. Basically, I've just spread the mix out on a piece of aluminum foil, and I've added my egg wedges and my sausage in the middle there. Now, basically what I'm going to do, I'm just going to roll this up. I'll just roll it up from the edge and fold it all in on top of each other. I'll seal the edges of the tin foil, the aluminum foil, and then we'll put it in a steamer for about an hour. Okay, I've folded it all up on itself and basically sealed the eggs and sausage inside of it. Now I'll just go ahead and close up the aluminum foil here, and we'll stick it in the steamer. Okay, I've got the embutido steaming there, and I've got our Gelatina in the oven. Now that's cooking at about 175 degrees centigrade, so about 350 Fahrenheit, and we'll let that cook for about an hour. Okay, I've taken these out of the oven and basically flipped them over. It's kind of like a pineapple upside down cake, so you flip them over. This is what it looks like when it's finished. One thing I would recommend, since this is the first time I've made this, I find it's a little bit crumbly. So when you're mixing it, if you mix a couple of eggs, scramble them up a little bit, mix them in the meat mixture before you cook it, it'll help it bind together better. As always, thanks for watching. And here's the embutido. It's finished cooking now. Now I'm going to let that cool off, and we'll slice it up. And as you notice, there's quite a bit of grease accumulate from both of these dishes. So you'll need to drain that grease off. Actually on the Gelatina, if you drain the grease off before you flip it over, it doesn't make quite so much of a mess. Thanks.